Hey guys, it's Dobbo here. Now, the NRL season might be over, but that doesn't mean the fun can't stop with Ladbrokes. Now, our great friends at Ladbrokes, you go and download the Ladbrokes app. You can join Mates Mode. We'll be having a little flutter over the Spring Carnival, and also with the Ashes series coming up, go and join our pot, Inside Ball, and just watch this space. But if not, just get on, download the Ladbrokes app and join it today. I absolutely love Ladbrokes. I get on, I have a little flutter most weeks. Sometimes you go well, sometimes you even go better when you're with the Rainmaker. But hey, go and join it today. Yeah, go and join it today. Enjoy it. We've got lots more coming on. Go to the little bullseye where it says more, then you hit Mates Mode, then you go Inside Ball, join the revolution. Well, this is a special guest. Tuesday, the 28th of October. It's been roughly 22 days since this bloke etched his name into Broncos history. He's the captain, the Premiership player, and he's also, finally, he hasn't retired yet, but he's still going to release a book. Adam Reynolds, hello, my friend. How are you?
Debut author.
Debut author. Well done. Firstly, congratulations, Premiership player and author. Well done.
Yeah, how good.
How good.
Very few of them.
There is. Okay. Dream come true?
Yeah, I mean, it's second time round's a bit sweeter when you've been through a couple of heartbreaks and bit of a different emotion from the first time. Both.
Well, you were bloody young, weren't you?
Yeah, 23.
23 when you won the first one, and you probably thought you were going to win a heap more like after that. And
yeah, well, I've been to 2 prelims and won a grand final in my 3 years since debuting, so I just thought that was the norm. Fast forward 10 years later, you've been in a couple others and lost them, and
yep.
The feeling of the other side, is so heartbreaking to get back there and win it again is, a pretty special feeling.
All right. The lead up, I mean, you were racing the clock. The elephant in the bag is that your calf was injured a week earlier before the game. Like,
yeah.
You went in there. The biggest secret that no one knows we're doing it. You had the calf injury and you knew it, and you were managing it. Am I right in saying even in the warm up you were a bit dicky before you went out there?
Yeah, I was struggling. It was weird the way it all went down. Because I'd firstly done the hemi.
Yeah.
I tried to rush back to get back for, a game or two before the end of the season.
Shouldn't have done it.
Redone the hemi, which was probably a bit worse than I thought at the time. And then from there, I just had problems, trying to get back again and again. And, it was the groin, the calf, everything around it was sort of trying to compensate for it, me pushing it along. So hindsight, I should have rested up a bit longer in that first time, but look, the physios worked around the clock to get me back to where I was. And extremely grateful for the hours that they've spent, not only on me, but, Ezra, Selwyn, to give those blokes an opportunity as well.
Yep.
They do a fantastic job and they deserve it as much as we do. And, but it was a bit scary.
So you were warming up. Just tell us, you were warming up inside the dressing sheds and what, it felt tight?
Yeah, well, I'd felt it throughout the week. I heard it in the Penrith game. That's why I didn't take the goal kicks. I was hitting them in the warm-up and I felt something in the warm-up and sort of said to Walshy, mate, you're going to have to take some kicks here. The calf's a bit tight and the hemi was a bit tight at the time as well, but he'd been hitting them pretty well the prior weeks, so we gave him the opportunity to
Until he didn't.
Yeah, he shanked one and
aren't you pleased you stepped up? I mean, like, let's be honest, like, aren't you pleased that you kicked that kick?
Yeah, I'd wish Walsh kicked the first one though, so it didn't put us under a bit more pressure. But I mean, opportunities like that don't come up too often. So to get another opportunity with the pass that I've had, it was good to, see it go through the post. But yeah, in the back of my mind, we got through that game and I was thinking, geez, I've still got a week to go here with the calf was a bit tight. And even through training, speaking to Madge on a pretty regular basis that, it wasn't feeling the greatest. And he was telling me if I need to sit out some reps at training, just sit out.
Did you?
Yeah, sat out quite a few. Which
how did this not? How did this not break? This did not leak anywhere that you were under in doubt. Like, that's the big thing. Like,
I don't think I was ever in doubt of missing the game, but from it being tight, leads to obviously a tear or whatnot. But we had Ezra on the bench, Benny Hunt, so we chopped and changed roles, which sort of hit it a bit more. Rather than having two hookers on the bench, we could have, been found out. But we got through the week. And right before the game in the warm up, anyone who's been in the change rooms of a court stadium, it's a pretty hard surface.
Yeah.
And I had boots on, which I should have probably wore shoes. I was just worried about time, getting through my warm up the way I do and not being rushed at the back end. So I wore boots in there, and it was a hard surface running up and down there, and then felt it pretty tight. Didn't feel 100% and sort of rushed in after the warm-up to get it loosened up by the masseuse in there. And I didn't know at the time, but he told our strength and conditioner, Dave Ballard, that my calf was pretty tight and it wasn't good. He said, "What do you want me to do now? We're about to run out for a grand final." So got out there. I didn't know this until after the game, but yeah.
So they were expecting there was a chance it could go during the game?
Well...
You'd hope not, but they knew that you were carrying an injury.
Yeah. So to get out there and get through the half and then into the second half, I think cooling down and then getting going again was probably what got me. But, I'm so grateful that, the boys could finish off the job and get it done.
First half wasn't great, was it? Like, I mean, it probably wasn't the way you guys wanted to go, but it just seemed like that side wasn't worried at all. I mean, Reese's try, unbelievable. That early try was by Mariner, very good. But
I think we got down there and scored too easy in the first set, or the first time we were down there. So, and then they went bang bang, scored a couple of tries, and that sort of, woke us up a little bit. Walsh was unbelievable with the amount of moments he had in that game.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen a performance like that ever. So, he sort of kept us in the game and kept us alive, and off the back of that, the momentum and the belief grew.
Half-time, come back out. You guys know that there was only two on the bench. Did you know that they were in a bit of strife? Like, that was the big point for me. Like, they had no bench. They were in all sorts.
Yeah, well, we knew it was a bit physical. There was a fair bit of, fatigue in the game through that first half, even though there was a few tries scored and whatnot. We could sense them getting a bit tired, and I sort of mentioned that Howarth went off early to my right edge, so they had Wishart out there, which we wanted to try and exploit. We didn't get that many opportunities in the first half to do that, but we knew heading into half time that they only had two on the bench, and fatigue was a factor there. And from a bit of knowledge throughout the week, we knew they sort of didn't start the second half too well, or they'd fade away in patches.
Yeah.
So that gave us the belief to just go out there and play our brand of football. And if we did that and we completed high and applied pressure, we knew we'd have, an opportunity to go down there and score points.
And that you did. I got to ask you pumped that one out in the full, and what's going through Adam Reynolds is like, you live and breathe in emotion, and I just put my head down. I'm like, come on, mate, come on. Like just got timing, just got it wrong. Well,
it didn't end up where we wanted to on the field. And I tried to sort of come up with a kick that I wouldn't usually do, which, in big games.
It wasn't that far out. I've got to be honest with you. It was very line ball. It wanted feast or famine, mate.
Yeah. I wanted to throw one up and test the fullback out.
Yeah.
Or their back three. I wanted to put a floater up, and it's a bit difficult in games like that. You don't get out on the field prior to the game, and Suncorp, you're a bit closer to the field, so your bearings a bit better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of excuses there, but at the end of the day, I just didn't hit it right.
Yeah.
Went out in the full. I was pretty calm and relaxed about it. I knew we just had to defend one set up, and off the back of that, we'd get in our groove again. And, that just sharpens the mind a little bit when you go through moments like that. So it was, my next job was to make all my tackles, guide the team around the field when we get another opportunity to put it in a corner and try and change momentum.
You put the kick in, you're running, and then bang. It just, what was it, like a knife? And you go like...
Yeah. I don't remember the kick, to be honest. I remember kicking it and just running. I don't know where the kick went. Just because I felt it straight away.
Yeah.
And then I tried to just jog a bit, and then I tried to accelerate to try and, see if it was all right, and I felt it just go.
Snap.
Yeah, so straight away I knew I was in trouble and I wasn't going to be on. I needed to just find my way to the wing. And
we saw it. You put your hand up 20 minutes to go. They get over there, and then they're carrying you around.
yeah, I'm so embarrassed by that. I mean, geez. I got,
People cheering you, or
yeah, they were clapping and whatnot.
You actually made them put you down, didn't you?
Yeah, that's a story. I couldn't walk. I was in pain. I've torn a calf before, but not that bad.
Yeah.
I could walk off the field at least, and so this one I was sort of struggling to walk a bit. I got off the field and my physio said, "Oh, do you want me to carry you?" So I said, "Oh, I'll just put your arm around me." And then, so that was Lukey. And then Shauno come around the other side, and anyone knows Shauno, he's a diabetic. He's a bit older. So he goes, "Come on, I'll help you. So I jumped on him and they sort of lifted me and took me for about 10 metres. I looked up at the big screen. I think I've got Shawnee carrying me here. I can't do this to him. So I said, "Look, put me down." And they're like, no. And I was like, "Put me down. I'm going to hobble away. I'll just get around there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long it takes." So put me down there, and then the group chat just blew up. My mates at home.
Yeah, they were all into
all the
it.
footy boys, all the Bronx lads. So
into you about, come on, mate.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm still copping it. Shawnee, he's what,
65, he's there, yeah.
He's carrying me around the field, so. I mean, he's carried me back from the South days anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Another funny moment of that people wouldn't have seen was, and I've never seen this before, is Talara, your wife, the minute you're injured, she just goes, no pass or anything, and she's in the tunnel going down. So what happened there?
Yeah, well, Billy was on the sideline because Billy obviously didn't play.
Yeah.
And she thought it was my knee.
Yeah.
That had went. So she was a bit worried. And Billy tells me now that she was trying, Rach, Billy's missus, was trying to get Billy's attention to let Talara down into the sheds.
Yeah.
And Billy was like, "I think they know who Reyno's wife is. Like, she'll be right. She'll get down there." Yeah. So she come flying down. I'm walking up the tunnel. I look at her. I said, "What the F are you doing in here? Get back up in the stands." I'm just going in.
Has she ever come down to the tunnel during a game like when you've been injured?
She has. I tore my bicep 2 years ago, whatever it was, and she came down. I mean, the wellbeing manager gives them a notice, and if it's bad, they came down. If you need to go to hospital or whatnot, they take your car or they're there to help you.
What did you say to her? Go back upstairs?
Yeah, I'm walking up, and I was going to get a needle to try and numb the pain a bit, to see if I could get going again.
Yeah.
And she's walking down there and she's seeing if I'm all right. And I took like 2 looks at her going, "What the F are you doing here? Get back up in the stands." So, yeah, it was a bit of...
How was it watching the last 20 minutes? I got a photo of you and Huddy on the sideline. The last 20 minutes you had to go through, and you were coming home. You guys knew you were coming home, but how stressful was it?
I wasn't as nervous as when we were behind because I knew we'd keep playing football. I knew we'd, Yeah. It probably wasn't until we hit the lead with about 20 to go, and on the sideline you're helpless. You can't do anything. So I remember Hunty went down with a head knock. Josiah went off. So I was trying to get our 18th man activated because I could have been both category 1s.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get into him, and then I was yelling from the sideline, and I'm thinking, geez, you're helpless on the sideline. You can't do nothing. So I remember the last, however long it was, me and Hunty were just sitting there, just, having a moment with each other.
Yeah.
But to see the boys the way they fought from the sideline was quite special.
Yeah.
I mean, we had players out of position. Tyson Smoothie had moved to right halfback. Corey Pakes went on for another stint. We had, I think, Gamet playing on the wing.
Yeah.
Can't even remember. Brendan Piacura was in the centres.
He was massive for you.
And we just sort of found a way, and that was the methods that we had the whole season. Doesn't matter who's in or where. Doesn't matter where you're on the field. Everyone's got a role to play, and it's about covering for each other. And if we did that, well, we'd find a way to stop it, and that came out in the end.
Trent Barrett pointed it out to me, and I'm sure you've seen it. Gamet's try. Gamet was unbelievable, but Gamet made this big run, was down, and had to go right across the other way of the field to get there to score that try. No one else does that. Everybody talks about, but Gamet's game was seriously unbelievable on the grand final day. And Trent Barrett rang me about it and said, mate, you want to have a look at this try that Garrett, like if you watch all the work he did, he literally went both sides of the field in there.
Well, there's a number of special plays in that game. I mean, there's moments like that.
And we've got to get to Reese in a minute. But
Reese, Ezra's chase back when he let Pappenhausen through. I mean, they're 2-on-1 virtually on the try line. If Ezra doesn't chase back, it's just a simple pass.
Yeah.
They probably catch it, score, and who knows the result from there. So to turn and chase like that, some of Ezra's defence, his runs.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he was, there's a handful of players that come up with so many big moments in that game, and that's what we sort of spoke about before the game, is the little moments all add up to the big moment, and we don't get to share that big moment unless you have those little moments. And probably in the past we've been guilty of, skipping those little moments and hoping the big moment just turned out the way we wanted it to. So it was quite special to sit back and watch some of those efforts. I mean, the one you just highlighted, Gem, he could have easily switched off and no one would have said a thing.
No.
But the little 1%ers and the values that we have at the Bronx, we highlight those efforts and we highlight those. And, if you put yourself in positions like that, you come up with special plays.
Reese's performance, I mean, you touched on it earlier. It's being talked about as one of the greatest single individual performances of any grand final. It was that special. Like people, you've always said that if he's on, we win. Like it's that. And Kevie had said that. Kevie had said, mate, when Reese is on, is he that good?
Well, he's just so influential over what happens. There's moments where he could be so out of touch with the game, and then on its head he flips a switch and sets up 2 tries, scores a try, saves a try.
Yeah.
And you just go, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So there's always been those moments throughout his career, but the way he put that performance together in the grand final, I mean, he set up a couple of tries, scored that amazing try.
But his defence.
But it was the defensive side of things, which I've been pleased about with him. He puts himself in positions to stop tries. Tui Kamika had every right to score that try. Walsh, he saves that. He saves another one on Pappenhausen.
Unbelievable. He chased Pappenhausen.
The chase, that's the one. And then he
lined up Pappenhausen last play of the game.
Yep.
Stopped that, absolutely. And that was the money ball. He had to make that tackle.
And they're drills that we work on throughout the year. Yeah. So, that's got to be a bit of credit to our coaching staff as well. Madge, Benny Teo, Matty Ballin,
Baz.
They do such a fantastic job, and the detail that they provide us with is what ultimately allows us to go out there and do what we do. And, in big moments like that, we've practiced that however many times at training. So while it may seem like a massive play, which it is in itself, but, Walshy's been practicing that for, weeks on week.
No retirement. We're just going to get that out of you're not retiring.
No.
Yeah.
Unless I win the lotto. Nah.
But no.
No, I'm not retiring.
Yeah. A lot of people call for it. A lot of people, I know people have rang you about it. It's not an issue.
I've had a lot of people suggest that I do.
Only because I think would it be fair to say that the love for you, they want you to go out on the right note. And they thought, you're not a spring chicken, but, blokes can go on. Did it at all cross, I think I know the answer to this, but did it all cross your mind?
No, not at all. I mean, the game's given me so much, and
you want to play forever, don't you?
Yeah, I'd love to play forever. I mean, if I'm not playing, I actually organised to be in a couple of teams of Oztag so I could run around with Miguel's at the park. So, I mean, if I'm not playing football, I'm playing other sports. I'm doing something. But look, I love rugby league. I love competing. I love, the camaraderie with the teammates. I love seeing other players have success. There's nothing more rewarding than being a player that contributes to your mates being selected for rep teams. I mean, to see Gam and Walshy get an Australian jumper.
Huge.
Katoni and Paddy have done that before, but to see these two now, it's a proud moment for me because I get to see how hard they work day in, day out. I get to, play alongside them. I get to contribute to their careers. So, I get rewarded seeing those blokes, go on to bigger and better things.
You lose Cobe and Sell. really. Like, you
Smoothie.
know, and Smooth Tice as well. I shouldn't forget him. He's a huge asset. But All Blacks Taffa, Grant Anderson, Tom Duffy.
Yep.
You got some young blokes coming through. Bukowski, you know, Moser will be back. Like, you know, Billy's going to take a while. You'd have to expect that you guys are going to compete again. And like, I know you guys have washed it. I spoke to your coach today. He's like, mate, we are moving on from it. Yeah, we've won it, but we're moving on. Do you believe that you can go again? Like, and you said that, let's go back to back. Like, clearly that's now, you know, like Penrith have done it before. The Roosters have done it before. The Bronx years ago. Is that the goal?
Yeah. Well, the goal's to win competition after competition. Like each and every year we're in the comp, we want to win it. So, I mean, we've got a great opportunity where we don't have a large amount of players getting moved on.
No.
You know, we get some quality, like the names you just mentioned there as well. And I think what we've learnt this year on the Madge and the way that he's, you know, got his philosophies across, you know, the new coaches, Tio and Baz, Matty Ballon, you know, we're just scratching the surface at the moment with what they're teaching us. So, I mean, we all know each other's game inside out, and that's going to go to a deeper level again. So, yeah, it's another great opportunity, but a lot of hard work. And
you're going to be the hunted. That's the big thing. Everybody's
sacrifice, yeah. I think being a hunter's a privilege. I think that gets you to a greater level. I mean, when teams turn up and they're expected to play an 8, 9 out of 10, well, you've got to be at that every week. So you're practicing to be almost perfect every week rather than, you know, having off games and still winning.
Yeah.
You've got to earn it, especially in the NRL. It's so tough. And, you know, any team on their day is good enough to win. What was the party like?
I mean, as ranking, I've got to ask you this, and then we're going to get into you being a world first author. The party, like a lot of reports is that you were man of the match. Like if anybody, you were the longest, you stayed the hardest. Like the old school, you're the old school. A lot of these blokes, they had one night, then they called it like, you know, back to, but you gave yourself a fair nudge. 5 days, I reckon, you know, was my mail.
Well, on and off. I only finished on Sunday, just gone actually. I was down in Coffs Harbour having a few. But no,
you enjoyed it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy a beer, and I probably went, you know, the longest I've ever been without a beer throughout that last part of the season. I was so, you know, tuned in to get my body right and, you know, disciplined to get my weight right and, you know, to sacrifice, you know, the lifestyle outside of football to get the results on the field is worth it. Yeah. So when you get the result, it's time to have a bit of fun with it. But yeah, I mean, life's a bit different now to when I last won a grand final. You know, Brisbane's such a big space where the boys don't all live around each other. So in that itself, it's pretty tough and everything moves quite quickly these days. So yeah, I wanted to savour the moment and continue the celebrations as long as I could. And I got to shout out the cab driver who carried me in my front door. Yeah. It was one morning I could hardly walk. So with the alcohol and the calf, it was a bad mix.
He helped you in?
The wife thought it was actually Smoothie or one of the boys that was.
It was a cabbie.
No, it was the cab driver. So if you're out there, mate, I appreciate you. And
yeah, you don't know his name. No.
I have no idea. No idea.
Okay. How is the calf? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's all right. I went for a decent walk the other day. I'm trying to do a bit more strength work in it, obviously to try and get it back going. I've got an ambition to finish off the Oztag season with my kids and try and you know, have a bit of fun with them. I'm yet to play any sort of competitions.
But you'll be right for December for the pre-season.
Yeah, I'll be well and truly right before then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm slowly trying to get back into a jog now and get my body going again. So
you silence the critics? Do you think you've silenced the critics?
No, I'll never silence the critics.
You don't think you have, even though you won a comp?
No.
No. You know, it doesn't matter. You think they'll come at you regardless?
Mate, Reese Walsh has got critics. Yep. I mean, Nathan Cleary's got critics. Everyone's got critics, some more than others.
Yeah, but everybody said you need to win a comp, and you've done that. You won the comp.
Yeah, but there's always other reasons for critics. I mean,
I've got to get some new material, by the way.
You can't please everyone.
No.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you sell $1 million or you raise $1 million for children's cancer research or something. They've still got to find a way to knock you about. And I've learnt that over my time at football.
Yeah.
You can't please everyone, but it's the people in the four walls at the Brisbane Broncos that you want to do. You want to create amazing memories for them, and you want to
go from there.
Have them happy rather than everyone else on the outside.
All right. Today, hot off the press. It's there in your own terms. On my own terms.
Good to see you can read.
From Redfern to glory, a journey of resilience, grit, and finding your voice. Now, I've got to give a shout out to Christian Nicolucci as well, who was a big part of this for you.
Ghost Rider, yeah.
He obviously helped you with this, and he's a great bloke, and he loved doing. I spoke to him about he loved this, and Wayne did the forward. That's pretty special that Wayne Bennett. What should we expect from this? I mean, I haven't even got my copy yet. I thought I'd have one in the mail. I haven't even got my copy yet. I got to go and available at all good bookstores. Is that right? And there's books on Dimmicks. You've got a world tour going about to start.
Up in Brisbane at the start. Dimmicks. I'm at the club. I've also got events down in Sydney, Icons of Sport at Olympic Park there, South Juniors.
Yep.
Dimmicks in Sydney. So,
what should we expect from the book?
Some good stories, some bad stories, a bit about my life, ups and downs, the journey of rugby league, really. I mean, I came from Redfern, humble beginnings, seen and been around a few bad things and, some heartache in there. Some
Have you left anything out?
The grand final.
That's it. But your life, and I know some of it, it's all in here. It's an honest account.
Yeah, it's very honest. It's very honest. And a part of it's going to be pretty hard to sit there and reflect on later on.
Yeah.
Critics, there's going to be plenty of them.
Yeah.
It goes into depth about, my situation with South Sydney, leaving to go to the Brisbane.
Of course.
Situations through, my junior life and then into...
And your marriage.
Early fatherhood into marriage. There's challenges along the way there, both in and out of football. So, I mean, should be a good read.
So when you do these books, and I can't wait to read it. I mean that seriously. And obviously I've heard you've read me chapters and I know a little bit about it. But when you wrote this, was there any, after you got it and you read it, did you think about, oh, geez, hang on, this could get uncomfortable?
Yeah, there's certainly things in there that aren't going to, they're in there for experiences,
Yeah, and it's the truth.
It is the truth.
It's a story.
Off the back of that, if it can help people who are reading it or going through tough times who may be in the same situations, well, it just shows there is a way out and there's a path to, other outcomes. And that's the message that we wanted to get across from, certain chapters or stories in the book, that you're not alone and, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
How do people get one? They're not going to go to the line up, but can you buy them online? Will Dimmicks have them online?
Dimmicks will have them online. Big W is going to be a big retailer, which I'll try and get to Big W in Brisbane later down the track.
Yep.
Just prior to Christmas. But most bookstores, sure it'll be out.
I can't talk, and I mean this genuinely. I've read part of it, and I should say that, and you've read it to me, and it's unbelievable. I can't wait to read it. How do you juggle this and getting yourself right for pre-season? How do you, because the focus has got to be football. You're not retiring, but you've also got to sell some books.
Yeah, well, I've got the book tour from the Tuesday right through to the Thursday, and that'll be pretty big in itself. So from there, I'm looking to have a bit of downtime. I'm heading over to Hong Kong for my clothing label.
Yeah.
So
you've got that crap on now.
Yeah, I've got this.
It's bloody good gear. Just
stuff.
hold it up. So I mean, this is the kind of stuff. Aya.
This one's not out yet.
Yeah, but this is the Aya brand. Adam and Reynolds REY backwards. That's how we got to that.
Oh no, I'll go into depth about that one day. It's not my initials. It's something else. So that you don't even know.
I don't, because my wife told me what she thought it was, and you never, when I said it to you.
No, because I don't want to give it away. It'll be part of the story about the clothing brand, but a big part of it is the red fern. Yeah. So where I'm from, humble beginnings.
Show them on your hat. See that? Yeah, there it is. There's the red fern. There it is there.
Yeah, so a big part of my life is where I've been brought up, and, humble beginnings and strength from, struggles, so...
get this book. I mean, we don't plug people's books very often, but this bloke, the captain of the Brisbane Broncos, well done on the book.
There is an audio book for you too, mate.
Oh, good. I can't read.
I didn't narrate it, by the way. I did 1 or 2 chapters and it took me forever because I can't read. So
yeah. So who narrated it?
I actually don't know. I should know.
It'll be good though.
It'll be great.
Go and buy this book. I mean this genuinely. Ren, congrats on being a premiership player for the Brisbane Broncos. No one can ever take that from you. Captain of the Brisbane Broncos, you captain the premiership. Many a man hasn't done that. You also got first-time book. I think there'll be a second edition, and I think there's a chapter missing. But, hey, you know what? Christian Nicolosi, you've probably got a bit more work to do. Thanks for being with us on Inside Ball. Best of luck. Hope the book sales go well.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website